Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll see what shortcuts are in Fabric, what are the different types of shortcuts, and how to create shortcuts in Fabric. Let me demonstrate a use case of a shortcut. I'm going to my workspace and I'm going to my Lakehouse. I want to rename this Lakehouse as Bronze Lakehouse. Okay, so we got it renamed as Bronze Lakehouse. Now let's create another Lakehouse. Let's rename it as raw lakehouse, raw lh, create. Okay, so let's say I have some data in this raw lakehouse. Okay, and I want to use that data inside this bronze lakehouse. Now the ideal way is to copy this data from raw lakehouse and then paste it here, right? But Fabric gave a very interesting or useful application of shortcuts where I could just create a shortcut of that file and then use that shortcut here so that the data is not copied, but there is just a virtual link through which you could point to the data in that lakehouse. So that is the application of shortcut. Now, what is the advantage of it? There is no data duplication. So, shortcuts are virtual links that allow us to access data stored in either external storage or internal storage without physically copying or moving the data. It is a reference or pointer to data stored in OneLake or ADLS Gen2 or any other cloud without duplicating the data. If we create a shortcut within the Fabric environment, like within the workspace or between workspaces, then it is an internal shortcut. And if we point the data to an external data source like Azure ADLS Gen2 or GCS or S3 buckets, then that is an external shortcut. Now let's see how we could create an internal shortcut first, and then later we could see how to create an external shortcut. So to create an internal shortcut, what I'll do is I'll first go to this raw lakehouse and import a file here. Let's do one thing. Let's create a subfolder. We call it raw parquet. So now this folder is created, and in this folder I want to upload a file. So click on this, get data, upload file, give the path. I want to upload a parquet file here, upload. Okay, so we got the parquet file in this folder. To create a shortcut for this, now I am in my bronze lake house. Now I want a shortcut in this lake house. Okay, so for that, click on these three dots, new shortcut, and it is an internal shortcut. You could see external sources supported as well. AWS S3, Gen2, GCP, blob storage, everything is supported. For now, we want to go for internal shortcut and find and connect to the data you want to use with your shortcut. I want to connect to the raw lake house. Click next. Inside the raw lake house, I have a folder with raw parquet. I want to use this folder as my shortcut. Click next. Now you could change the name of the shortcut, raw parquet shortcut. I'm renaming it. It will be in this location in the bronze lake house. In the files, I'll have the shortcut called raw parquet shortcut. Click OK, click create. So we got this shortcut. What is this? It is called a raw parquet shortcut. If you look into this folder icon, you could see a small link like symbol. So that means it is a shortcut. Now if you click this, you could see the actual file, but it looks like it is in this folder, but it is actually a virtual link. This shortcut is pointing to the raw lake house, this folder. Okay, so this is the beauty of a shortcut, where there is no data duplication. There is just a virtual link pointing to that data. Now let's look at how to create an external shortcut. To create an external shortcut, first we need to have data in our external source. Now my external source is my Azure portal ADLS Gen2 account. I'll upload some data into it and then create a shortcut for that data in this branch lakehouse. So let's go to my Azure portal. This is my Azure portal. Let's click on storage accounts. We have a bunch of storage accounts. Let's create another storage account. The resource group is fine. Storage account name is DP-700 prep. This is my storage account name. Region, primary service Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Standard, or I want locally redundant storage, LRS. Click next. This is important. We have to enable the hierarchical namespace. Other things are fine. Click next. This I'm not changing any of these because this is just a trial. So these are all additional options which I don't need because that cost me extra. Encryption, next, next. Validation in progress. Create. Now my storage account is being created. It is called DP-700 prep. Okay, so your deployment is complete. Go to the resource. In the resource, I'm going to the data storage containers. I'm creating a container. Let's call it raw. Create. The raw container will be created. Inside the container, I want to add a directory. Directory is just a folder. Source Parquet. Let's give it this name. Save. Okay, so that is created. Upload a file, drag and drop my Parquet file here, click upload. Okay, so this is uploaded. Now in order to connect these to my Fabric, sure, we need a connection string, right? Obviously, and we need some access control as well. So let's go to this container. Let's go to this access control IAM. Let me give a role to this. My role is storage blob data contributor, allows for read, write and delete access to Azure blob containers and data. This is the role. User group or service principal, select members. I want to add this, select, click next, review and assign. It is being created. So this user has this storage blob data contributor role. Now let's go to this workspace. Inside the branch Lakehouse, I'm going to the files and new shortcut. This time it is an external source and it is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Click here. It's not an existing connection, new connection. URL, obviously we need to give the connection settings. So go to the Azure account and click on endpoints. In the settings, go to this data lake storage and copy this link, data lake storage link, and paste it here. Create a new connection. Obviously connection name you could change it, you could give any name. I'll call it Azure ADLS connection. Organizational account, click next. You could see Azure data lake storage is given in this file format. Go to this raw container. You have this source Parquet folder. Click on that. I want the shortcut only for this folder, not the entire container. So I click this, click next. You could see source Parquet. Change the name ADLS source Parquet. Click create, and we could see ADLS source Parquet here. You could see ADLS source Parquet, which is a shortcut. You could see as if the file is located here, which is not. This is just pointing to the data in Azure account. So this is how we create an external shortcut and internal shortcut to create virtual links and point to data in Fabric. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.